You are here because you probably heard or have been using Govin, and you probably face the same issue I've been hearing about Govin. It's the clunky UX, it's the insane amount of data without a good way to sort them, and search that is just as good as government contracting portals. And if it's not all that, it's probably the hefty bill you're getting at the end of the quarter or the year by Govin. Those are the main logistical issues every time I talk to a government contracting company when they tell me about their Govin experience. Aside from that, also the support. Let's just say for at least the customers I've spoken with, the support level they were getting is not the one they were promised. An issue that is supposed to take a couple of days, maybe a couple of hours, is taking a couple of weeks. It's always the same conversation with the account executives. We're going to get back to you and we're going to forward this to our team. If the average quote for using Govin is $29,000, you should be getting the best and the most amount of contracts in one place that is good fit to your business, right? Well, not necessarily. Companies that have been using Govin, they also usually have another subscription to another state or local portal, and also at least a couple of other subscriptions to analyze those contracts and manage the whole sales process. So what if there's another tool that gives the same promise, however with very much different value? Today we're going to compare Govin and another alternative to see which one makes more sense to any government contractor and also which one has the most amount of value. Get started. So here's Govin, the enterprise standard. It's very much the legacy software and it's very much the known software to use in the enterprise level. What it does, Govin by Deltek, it's the long-standing leader in federal contract intelligence. It offers deep pipeline data, opportunity tracking, agency profiles, and competitive intelligence across the federal market. Who is it really built for? Large defense contractors and integrators, enterprise with dedicated BD operations teams, organizations with multi-year Deltek ecosystem investments. Of course, it has some strengths to the platform, and some of those genuine strengths are broad coverage and established data relationships. They do have a decent amount of coverage. Deep integrations with Deltek, CostPoint, and other enterprise tools. Recognized brand with long government market presence. So if you fit in one of those categories, or you think you would need some of those strengths, as in established data relationships, deep integration with other Deltek tools, and if you care about the legacy of the vendor you are working with, Govin is a good choice. Just like how there's a lot of pros to using a legacy tool, there's also a lot of cons. This is when the platform and the scale of the tool is really getting in the way. So for Govin, the tool is getting in the way. It's clunky, outdated user experience and user interface, and it feels like it was designed in a different decade, and it actually was. Navigating the pipeline, setting up the alert, and pulling out those reports, it requires real-time learning how to use the platform. It's not the most intuitive. Another very important point is the enterprise pricing. If you are an SMB, or even if you are a bigger company but do not want to spend up to $100,000 for a Govin license, but even if you are a smaller business and you just want to get started with government contracting and actually have some sort of leverage and don't want to spend $30,000 on a license, Govin doesn't really make sense financially. And this is a common theme with legacy tools across industries, not necessarily tied to government contracting. They have a bigger team, they have more resources, they have a lot of salaries that they have to pay for, thus they're not going to be as flexible as other companies. Another thing, they are slow. They're usually a little bit behind the government contracting trends, they're a little bit behind on the technology, but most importantly, more features does not mean better outcomes. Sometimes you don't need more contracts, you need to know which contracts you want to bid on. Govin's debt becomes a liability when your team needs to move fast. Working with them is slow, but also they are a slow system. All the way from boarding, adoption, and support escalations are routine. And these are public information, they're all over the reviews, and they're also things that I heard from first-hand experiences from other clients. SamSearch is one of the competitors I'm going to be comparing Govin with today. SamSearch is an AI platform. It was built on AI, not that AI is like an integration shoved into the platform somehow, but also SamSearch has more or the same amount of government contracts as Govin. On the federal end, it covers federal sources like DIBS, SAM.gov, etc. But also on the state and local side, it covers over 8,000 websites across the United States, which makes it more coverage than GovWin. SamSearch is built for how GovCon actually works. It's faster by design, it's purpose-built for speed, all the way from login to insights within minutes. No IT tickets, no onboarding required. It is there as an option, but it's not required. Just pure results. It has the same core data integration as in SAM.gov, federal spending, USA spending, agency forecast, and even the agency spreadsheets, but they are delivered in a clear interface, and it's intuitive that it gets out of your way straight to the results. This is the contract, these are the assessments, bid on the contract from A to Z. And lastly, on the support end, which is a big deal, SamSearch promises a 2-minute response time to a human. So within 2 minutes, on the live chat, someone will respond back to you. You have unlimited one-on-one calls, and also you have documentation and clear videos on how to use everything. Aside from all of that, the agentic AI that SamSearch has, and the AI agent is named Sammy, it has capabilities to help you and support you with anything government contracting related, compliance, searches, analysis, and anything else you can think about. So the support is not just on using the platform, it's also on government contracting. And as I mentioned, in terms of coverage, there are over 8,000 websites indexed with SamSearch. And those are the federal searches, the state and local, the defense, the procurement forecasts, and it also has subcontracting opportunities, grants in SBIR, and SamSearch just launched recompetes, so also predicting upcoming contracts and who in the government you should reach out to and position yourself and your company in the best possible way to win future contracts. Now, in terms of AI capabilities, like I mentioned before, SamSearch is built on an AI foundation. So you have Sammy, the AI agent for government contracting. It knows everything about your company, your business, the current contracts you are working on, and most importantly, anything related to government contracting. From the data sources, the news, the compliance, the FAR regulations, everything. SamSearch offers natural language search, so it doesn't use the keyword old search, it uses semantic search. It provides AI summaries on every single contract you are working on, scope, eligibility, key requirements, competition, so you make your bid, no bid decision in seconds or minutes, not hours. It also provides recommended contracts for you. Since Sammy has all the information related to your business, all your past performances if you have any, and what the contracts you're eligible for, every single night Sammy will scan all the 8,000 sources of contracts, and in the morning you will have a fresh page with contracts that are a good fit for you. Lastly, it also helps with writing proposals. So it will draft your compliance matrix, give you deep insights, give you all the M section, L section, all the regulations, and end-to-end platform really powered by AI. Part of being end-to-end, you also have your Journey Hub, which is your CRM, where you track all the contracts you are working on with the team. So let's compare Govin and SamSearch head-to-head. The ECUs, in terms of Govin, it's a steep learning curve and needs some training for the team, whereas SamSearch has an intuitive UI, up and running in minutes. In terms of pricing, Govin got bigger plans for the enterprise companies, and that's where the money is. In terms of pricing, Govin is where they're more targeting bigger enterprises, bigger companies. On the other hand, SamSearch is more on the flexible side of things in terms of team size and terms. For data freshness, regular updates from Govin, strong historical depth as well. SamSearch offers similar with real-time federal data sync and always current data sources. That is where one of the biggest advantages for SamSearch. It's federal only. Samuel Gov and USA spending on the Govin end. For SamSearch, it tracks over 8,000 sources. 7,000 of those are SLED sources, federal DIPs, forecast grants, SBIR, and subcontracting opportunities in one place. AI capabilities, Govin been a little bit growing on the AI end, but it's almost minimal. SamSearch offers your own AI agent, natural language search, contract summaries, proposal generation, and AI recommendations. On the proposal end, Govin got no proposal generation, and SamSearch provides proposal generation with compliance matrix, outline builder, and inline editing. Onboarding and support kind of made my case clear there. Weeks-long implementation, long SLAs, speed is one of the most competitive advantages. Best for large enterprises that are already integrated in the Deltek system. So if you already are integrated in the Deltek world, it's not so recommended to leave it because the benefits of all the integrations are very beneficial to the workflows. However, if you're not so integrated in the Deltek system, SamSearch is a better fit. So again, choose Govin if you are a large enterprise already locked into the ecosystem of Deltek. You have a dedicated team and a budget to manage all the implementations, and you have your own capture team, your own assessment team, your own proposal team, and you have deep legacy integrations are not negotiables for you. And choose SamSearch if you want to move fast in contracts, not manage the software. And lastly, building a modern BD operations from the ground up. If you would like to get a deep analysis of GovWin's alternatives, I left a link below. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.